Adaejah Hodge entered the NCAA final as a college star. 21 seconds later, she looked like a global threat. Running into a headwind at Hayward Field, she erased the collegiate 200-meter record and joined the fastest women in history. But the number on the clock was only part of what made this race so important. The women's 200-meter final came late in a packed NCAA Championship night in Eugene, Oregon. Hodge had already raced the 100 meters earlier in the program. She had finished second, missing the title after producing a much faster time in the semifinal round. Her legs had been tested, her focus had been tested too. Now she had one more race and 10 important team points still available. Hodge lined up for Georgia in lane 6. Around her were some of the best college sprinters in the country, including Shawnte Jackson, Cameron Dixon, and Gabrielle Matthews. They were not there to watch a record. They were there to take the national title. The wind was blowing against the runners at minus 0.4 meters per second. That mattered because a headwind can slow the bend, punish poor balance, and make the final straight feel longer. Fast times usually need help from the weather. Hodge would get none. The gun fired, and she attacked the curve with control. She did not rush her steps or fight the turn. She built speed, stayed tall, and entered the straight with the race already moving toward her. Then she pulled away. Hodge crossed the line in 21.68 seconds. The rest of the field was not close. Jackson finished second in 22.2, while Dixon took third in 22.8. The time destroyed the old college record of 21:80 set by Abby Steiner at the 2022 NCAA Championships. Hodge did not lower it by 1 or 2 hundredths. She cut away 12 hundredths while running into a headwind. The clock also made Hodge the 2026 world leader. More than that, 21.68 tied her with world champion Melissa Jefferson Wooden as the 8th fastest woman ever over 200 meters. That is the point where this stopped being only an NCAA story. College champions win every year. Most do not enter the top 10 in world history. Most do not run a time that could fight for medals on the largest stages. Hodge had just placed herself beside Olympic champions, world champions, and sprint legend. The result also changed how future rivals must see her. Before Eugene, she was a fast young runner with clear promise. After Eugene, every elite 200-meter field must treat her as someone who can win. But her path to that moment was not smooth, and the earlier 100-meter final made the 200 even harder. 2 days before the 200 final, Hodge produced one of the wildest 100-meter races in college history. She ran 10.63 seconds in the semifinal with a legal tailwind of 1.9 meters per second. That time broke Sha'Carri Richardson's college record of 10.75 from 2019. It also made Hodge the 5th fastest woman ever in the 100 meters. The final seemed ready for her. But sprinting does not reward yesterday's clock. In the title race, Shanice Walker of Florida State started well, held her form, and won in 10.88. Hodge finished second in 10.93. The time was still fast, but after 10.63, second place felt like a hard turn. Hodge had little time to carry that pain. The 200 final was waiting. She could let the loss stay in her mind, or she could use it. Her answer came on the curve. The response showed more than speed. Great sprinters must reset quickly when another event is waiting. Hodge moved forward, trusted her work, and delivered her best race when Georgia needed it. That response may matter as much as the record itself. A 200-meter race asks for 2 different skills. The runner must attack the bend without losing shape, then carry speed down the straight while the body begins to tighten. Hodge did both. Her 100-meter speed gave her power early, but the last half showed control. Her steps stayed sharp, her arms kept driving, and her lead grew. That is why the time matters on the global stage. The women's 200 is filled with stars who can run under 22 seconds. Shericka Jackson owns a best of 21.41. Elaine Thompson-Herah has run 21.53. Daphne Shippers ran 21.63. Julianne Alfred, Gabrielle Thomas, and Jefferson Wooden have all shown they can win major titles. Hodge is now close enough to enter that. She is not the world record holder. Florence Griffith Joyner's 21.34 from the 1988 Olympics still stands. Hodge remains 34 hundredths away, which is a large gap at this level. Still 21.68 is faster than the winning time from the 2024 Olympic final, where Thomas took gold in 21.83. Different races bring different wind, pressure, and rounds, so the numbers cannot be compared like a direct contest. But the mark shows Hodge has the raw speed needed for a global medal fight. That is a major change. Hodge represents the British Virgin Islands, a small Caribbean territory. Her speed stood out early. As a teenager, she broke age records indoors and became one of the best young sprinters in the world. She also reached the 200-meter semifinal at the Paris Olympics in 2024. That Olympic trip showed her how hard the rounds can be and how small mistakes grow under pressure. At Georgia, she entered a program built around championship sprinting under title-winning coach Carol Smith-Gilbert. Hodge joined a group where points mattered as much as personal time. Her 2026 season showed quick growth. She won the SEC 200 title in 21.92 and had already run a national record of 10.77 in the 100. Indoors, she ran 22 for 200 meters and helped Georgia win the NCAA team crown. Each race built toward Eugene, but none fully warned the field about 21.68. The record did not come from nowhere. It came from years of speed, a stronger college setting, and the pressure of racing for more than herself. Hodge's victory was also part of a team battle. Georgia entered the final day chasing another outdoor championship. Every place mattered. Second in the 100 gave Hodge 8 points. Winning the 200 added 10 more. Those 18 points became a huge part of Georgia's final total of 50. The Bulldogs finished ahead of Florida, which scored 43, and Arkansas, which scored 38. Hodge was not alone. Dejania Oakley won the 400 meters in a college record 48.79. Georgia also earned important points across the meet and closed the job as a full team. The result gave the women their second straight NCAA outdoor crown. It also completed a rare season after Georgia had won the indoor team championship in March. That team setting added pressure to Hodge's final. She was not racing only for a record or a personal win. A mistake could change the championship table. Instead, she gave Georgia the biggest points possible. That is why her night cannot be reduced to one fast number. She lost a title, came back, broke a record, and helped secure another team championship within a few hours. The excitement around Hodge is fair, but one college meet does not make her the best 200-meter runner in the world. She has not won a senior global medal. She has not faced every leading professional in a championship final. The World Championships and Olympics require heats, semifinals, recovery, and another perfect race in the final. That is much harder than running one great time. Her 100-meter loss also showed that the fastest mark does not always win the title. Starts, lanes, wind, nerves, and timing can change everything. Elite rivals will study her curve and force her to solve new problems. The 21.68 must also be followed by steady results. A true global threat must run well across a full season, not only once at Hayward Field. Hodge has the speed. Now she must prove she can repeat it when Olympic and world champions stand beside her. That challenge should not lower the excitement. It gives the story real weight. The clock has opened the door, but Hodge still has to walk through it. Adaejah Hodge left Eugene with an NCAA title, 2 college records, 18 team points, and a place among the fastest sprinters ever. Her next step will be different. She will no longer enter major races as the young college runner hoping to surprise people. Rivals will know the 21.68. Coaches will build plans around her. Fans will expect her to fight for medals.